Welcome to Yorkshire Part 2. I've decided to come to Flamborough Lighthouse in the evening. We're seeing some seals, but it's not low tide, so they're not out on the rocks. But hopefully over the next couple of days we're going to go to, well, as we say, Bempton Cliffs. I mentioned that in the first video. Along the Flamborough coast, Flamborough Head, and work our way here. We can walk literally the length of the coast all the way through. So the goal, which hopefully we're going to show in this video, is going to be the Gannets, hopefully with their chicks. Fingers crossed for the Puffins.
Yes.
Hopefully we're going to be close enough to get some reasonable photographs. And yeah, Razorbills and the like. So yeah, it looks as if the weather is going to be reasonably good over the next 2 or 3 days, thank God. Summer possibly is hopefully coming to arrive. Yeah, so let's see what comes. So after an early start, our first seabird encounter was the distinctive and striking Northern Gannet. Arriving on our shores in February from the Bay of Biscay and the West African coast, there are approximately 200,000 breeding pairs that nest around our coastline, which equates to about 55% of the world's Northern Gannet population. Yorkshire is home to one of the largest mainland colonies in the country, with around 13,000 pairs. Our visit last year in April, we saw the Gannets gathering their nesting material, which was much greener than we see here in the summer, and the cliff tops are certainly showing those signs of being stripped in their efforts to maintain their nests. Gannets mate for life and return to the same nest year on year. They lay one egg, and both sexes take in turns to incubate it. With the eggs hatching in 44 days, and they fledge at around about 90 days. After fledging, it takes about 5 years to reach maturity. And once they lose those downy white feathers, the young gannets are dark brown in colour. Over 3 to 5 years, they gradually molt this dark plumage and switch it for that distinctive white as they develop into mature adults. This bird here that Denise photographed is probably 3 years old. With the birds in such close proximity, it's inevitable that the odd squabble will occur, and these can sometimes be quite aggressive. Their bonding display, from bill tapping to mutual preening, stimulates all the birds, enhancing their reproductive success throughout the colony. We did not see many razorbills on this trip, but it was certainly lovely to see this pair with their young chick just visible. As we moved up further along the cliffs, past this sheltered bay, it appeared to be the preferred nesting ground for this colony of kittiwakes with their young chicks. Despite not seeing any puffins, the real bonus here at Bempton is the platforms, which give such an impressive view of this spectacle. And as we walked back to the visitor centre for a drink and a bite to eat, we came across these eye-catching 5-spotted burnet moths. We returned the next day on another glorious morning, and after leaving the car at the North Landing Beach car park with a view to walking the cliffs to Flamborough Head. And on such a clear day, it was possible to see the tall cliffs of Bempton in the background. And from this viewpoint, on this narrow strip of protruding cliff, we managed to see our first sight of this single puffin. And after Denise successfully photographed this bird, we turned our attention to the cliffs towards Flamborough Head, where we spotted 30 to 40 puffins gathered on a narrow ridge on the cliffs, occasionally flying off and leaving to feed. We moved for a closer view and noted that a guillemot amongst them, which I suppose is not surprising, as guillemots are indeed, the razorbills are members of the auk family. Since the puffin's wings are on the small side, these eager birds put a lot of work into taking flight, flapping their wings at around 400 beats per minute. It all pays off as they can reach speeds of 55 miles an hour. They are certainly expert divers and swimmers and can flap their wings underwater. They can dive to depths of 60 metres in search of fish. Spending 8 months of the year at sea, far from land, they only come ashore to mate and nest. They return to their nesting grounds generally in sort of mid-April each year, and they then depart for another winter at sea by the end of August. So I guess here they're just feeding up and making preparations to leave these shores. As we returned from Flamborough Head to the North Landing Beach car park for the short drive back to our holiday cottage, we couldn't help but reflect on our trip to Bempton Cliffs and here at Flamborough. And both myself and Denise felt that, although you had all the facilities at Bempton, it's just a fabulous place. I think here, just been a little bit more natural. No fencing along the cliffs, which I guess a bit of a safety thing. Certainly had to be wary, being so close to the cliff edge. It just seemed a much more natural experience. Myself and Denise really did enjoy our holiday with such fabulous weather. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, like and subscribe. And as always, it'd be great for you to join myself and Denise in the next one.